is exhausting. So, yeah, don't mind my hair. And let's go ahead and jump in because these videos usually take really long. So, without further ado, I have my notes here. It's been a while since I've even looked at these notes, so please bear with me if I'm a little bit scattered, if I have to backtrack a little bit because I'm remembering things as we go. Let's go. Alright, so where we leave off at the end of season 1 is that Kobe's younger brother Eugene is going to get his revenge against Carlo, which is the older brother of Rocco, who's the boy who died in the beginning of season 1. And he goes and he tries to shoot him, and he misses, and he hits what's his name? Judge's son. Oh, I can't even remember his name now. Are you kidding me? Adam. His name is Adam. So that's where we leave off. So now we're on episode 1 of season 2. I literally wrote, why am I still watching this? Judge went to jail. He's locked up. And then there's this whole scene in the beginning that's very gross. I guess he's like trying to starve himself so that he can like die, and the prison is like, no, you're not gonna die on our watch. And I'm just like, let this man die if he wants to die. Like, what's the big deal? I don't know. He lost his everything. Like, he has no wife, he has no son, he's in jail. I get it. And then we got to Via, and she's just like sad and alone. And then we're talking about Rudy, which is the dirty cop from season 1. I don't think that was the lieutenant. No, the lieutenant is not Rudy. He's just a dirty cop, the one that he basically started the whole thing. He was the one that called Desire to have Kofi steal Judge's car, right? Or Judge's wife's old car in the beginning, the one that hit Rocco, right? So I'm wondering if he's working both sides. Like, is he working with the Baxters and he's working with Desire? But then he's also working with the mayor, Judge's best friend, so Charlie. So I'm just confused, like, where is he's only loyal to himself, obviously. Like, he's just trying to fit in where he fits in, I guess. But okay. Let's see. Girl, I don't even know what I'm talking about here. And then here I wrote that Big Mo is trying to clear things up, but I don't remember what she was doing. I think she was trying to turn Lil Mo into the Baxters, because what did Lil Mo do? I don't even remember. Or no, it wasn't Lil Mo, it was Eugene. Okay. That's what it was. So Eugene obviously just killed or tried to kill Carlo. So she goes and tries to, like, this wasn't my call, like, one of my men went rogue kind of thing, and the Baxters are like, okay, well, that's still your responsibility. And so she tells Lil Mo to go find Eugene, and I'm thinking that she's gonna try to turn him into the Baxters at this point. So then we cut back to Judge in the prison, and there's this, like, I don't know, U.S. attorney that, I don't know what her title is, but it's Rosie Perez. And her name in the show is Olivia, and that's weird because my name is Olivia, so I'm just gonna call her Rosie Perez for our purposes. So Rosie Perez comes in, and she wants Judge to help her, like, take down the Baxters once and for all or whatever, and he doesn't want to, and I'm very confused by that. I was like, his life is already over. That's so rude. Rosie is trying to bury Judge's confession. So, long story short, Judge, after he lost his son, he went to the lady cop Nancy and basically spilled all the tea, like, told her every single thing about Charlie, about everything. He was just, like, traumatized, and I feel like he didn't even realize what he was doing or saying. I'm so sorry that my eye is, like, crazy tearing. It's really over and get in with the Baxters again, because he has all these contacts, and maybe he's not like best friends with everybody, but he knows everybody and they know him well enough to think that he, or like to give him, or to like present certain information that they wouldn't normally give to someone else, or like a stranger, you know. So now we cut to Mama Baxter wants Carlo to go out and find Eugene because she is messy and she, you know, she wants revenge. Eugene, in the meantime, went to Lee's house, the lawyer from the first season, but she's not picking up the phone. He's just standing outside her building and she's not answering. So then, then while he's standing outside of Lee's house, Desire comes and snatches him up. Lomo seems to be feeling kind of bad for Eugene. I feel like he feels responsible for him because he's the one that sent Kofi out in the beginning, and you know, he's basically like the catalyst to Eugene losing his whole family. So I guess he's feeling kind of responsible. And then Carlo's out looking for Eugene, but Desire gets to him first. So now they took Carlo. And Big Mo basically makes a compromise with the Baxters and lets Carlo go. Like on the terms that they would deal with Eugene, like the Desire crew would deal with Eugene on their own, or something like that. I don't remember what exactly the deal was. Okay, so then we cut to Fia is going to see Judge. She wants to know if Adam really loved her. I think she's tripping a little bit. She's like literally writing Judge all these letters and trying to ask him all these questions, and we find out a little bit later like exactly why she's doing all this. But at the time I was like, ma'am, you're doing too much. Like, this man just lost his son. You guys were only dating for like 5 minutes. Like, I understand that was very traumatizing. You literally watched him die in front of you. Like, I get it, but therapy is a thing. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking at this point. Let me see, where are we? Okay, then we're talking about a prison rodeo. I've never heard of this before. Is this like a down south thing? Because what the heck is that? So basically Judge wants to be involved in this prison rodeo, and I'm not even really sure at this point what that means, but we'll find out in a little bit. So now Gina and Carlo are trying to start a war, basically, and Lomo is going to... Okay. They're trying to start a war. Lomo is supposed to bring Eugene to Big Mo, and we find out that Big Mo was gonna bring Eugene to the cops and Charlie. So that was the plan. And Lomo basically saves him. He lets him go. He gives him a lot of money. He puts him on a bus and he sends him to Texas to go stay with Lomo's family. And Big Mo is big mad, bro. So what were the cops gonna do with Eugene? Oh, they were gonna like... Okay, so like the city of New Orleans is afraid because there's supposedly like a murderer on the loose, right? Because somebody just shot up the Baxter Hotel. And so it like, in order to help the mayor... Look at my eye, bro. In order to help the mayor look better, Big Mo was like, okay, I'll give him to you so it can look like, you know, the city of New Orleans is safe because we caught the killer, kind of thing. But then Lomo let him go. So here we are now. And Lomo he didn't tell Big Mo that he let him go. He said that he lost him. Okay. So now the plan is Big Mo is like, let's just fake Eugene's death. So like, find a body, pretend it's Eugene, and you know, he's dead. And that's just that. So then we cut to, we're back to Judge and Rosie Perez, and Rosie Perez basically gets Judge out of jail and wants him to be the inside man, and like pretty much against his will, because he's really not down for this. He doesn't want to be involved. He's like, please put me back in jail. No, but he doesn't actually want to be in jail. So now he's out. He's got this crazy like beard and hair going on, and he just looks like a homeless. Oh, okay. And then Rosie basically is blackmailing Judge because she's like, you know, I know everything about how Charlie was involved, and he could lose his like mayorship if this gets out. So she's like, if you want to save your friend, you have to do this for me. And then at the end of this episode, we find out that Fia had a baby. So now Fia has Adam's baby, and she introduces the baby to the Judge. And yeah, so now we're on to episode 2. Alright, so Judge at this point has lost his house, and so he goes to stay with Senator Grandma, and Senator Grandma has Django. How is this dog still alive? Apparently it's only been a year, which it seems like way more, but okay. Okay, and then we cut to Big Mo's got a girlfriend, and she's also trying to buy this bar on Bourbon Street. I don't know if we know that yet, but it comes up eventually, like soon. And yeah, so there's that. And then Gina went to grief counseling, and I guess it was on like Fia's suggestion. By the way, Fia's not really like engaging with her family anymore at this point. Like, she lives at the hotel with her baby, but she doesn't really like she doesn't go looking for her parents, and she only really talks to Carlo. But I guess she suggested that Gina go to like a grief counselor. And why is Gina at this grief counselor bragging on everybody else for their stories? Like, that's not, totally defeats the purpose of grief counseling. I said she's evil for real. And then I don't know, for some reason it feels like she and Jimmy are separated because they're like sleeping in different rooms, and she goes home and she's like getting changed, and Jimmy was there in the room, and they're both looking at each other like, what are you doing here? Which is because, like, isn't that your house? Like, I don't know. Look at my eye, you guys. It's really, really bad today. I'm so sorry. So yeah, they're talking about how they're upset that Fia won't talk to them. And then we cut back to Judge tries to go see Charlie, and he's banned from like the courthouse or whatever, which, like, duh, you were just in jail. Why would you think that you could go there? Rosie's got him by the cojones, because why is Rosie just like, she's like stalking him basically every time he makes a move. She immediately calls him and is like, hey, I saw that. So she gets him a job at this butcher shop. And then let's see, then we cut to Lil Mo goes to Texas to see Eugene. Well, not specifically to see Eugene, but he has other business there. So basically it's like a whole drug thing. Like, their source that they had in New Orleans for their drugs is not working out, so now he's going to Texas to see if he can replace that. But he doesn't really tell Big Mo about it. And he also, obviously Big Mo doesn't know that Eugene is there either. And Texas is where his family stays. So also we find out that Big Mo is Lil Mo's aunt. And so the family that Eugene is staying with is Lil Mo's other aunt, which is Big Mo's sister. And then the aunt that Eugene is staying with also has a son. So we'll get to that in a little bit. Okay, so Charlie eventually finds Judge at the butcher shop, and he kind of figures that Judge is trying to protect him, but not in the way that Charlie thinks. Like, I think Charlie just kind of feels like, I don't remember exactly what he thinks, but he doesn't know that Judge has confessed. He doesn't know that people know about his involvement at this point. So Eugene's new name is Justin. He's in school. He's doing all these like disturbing drawings of, like, you know, his trauma, like stuff that's happened to him, and all his teachers are concerned and stuff. reaches out to Charlie and basically asks. So then Big Mo is having trouble buying this bar because the owner of the bar knows who she is and doesn't want to sell to her. So she asks Charlie for help. And he calls her out for all of the recent ODs. Okay, so that's what happened with their supply, is that whoever they were getting it from was lacing it, and so people were ODing. So now they have to find a new supply, and that's why Lomo went to Texas. So Charlie calls her out for that, and he's like, okay, you fix that, and I'll help you fix this, right? So Judge is basically the delivery guy for the butcher shop, right? And he makes a delivery to the Baxter Hotel, and I feel like obviously Rosie Perez knew that this was eventually going to happen, and that's why she did this. That's why she gave him this job. So he goes and he sees Via at the Baxter Hotel. So yeah, they have a quick little convo, and Judge is like, it's really awkward because you can tell that Judge doesn't want to be involved with her, but then he also like kind of wants to be involved with the baby, but he's like really conflicted. He doesn't know how to feel, and Via comes on very strong, I think. So then Judge goes to the cemetery, and here comes Nancy to bully him and be like, I'll put you back in jail. Like, Nancy, please calm down. I get it, but like, please relax. So then Judge is contemplating unaliving himself at Senator Grandma's house. And then, let's see, Mo ends up buying the bar successfully. And then Gina goes to talk to Via, and I don't remember exactly what the conversation was, but Via was basically like, she was not holding back on Gina, and Gina slapped the crap out of her. And then we cut to another scene at the grief counselor meeting, and she's like, she likes anger. She apologizes to the group, but she says that she loves to live in anger, and that's where she thrives. So that's where she's gonna stay. Like, what? Man. Okay, so now we're at the end of episode 2, and oh, I messed up. Okay, so Judd didn't know about the baby yet when he saw me at the hotel. He was just feeling awkward because obviously he doesn't really want to be involved with them at all. So we know about the baby, but he didn't know yet. But then at the end of this episode is when he meets the baby for the first time. Also, like, he needs a haircut so desperately, and it's really irritating. Alright, so now we're on episode 3. Judge wants to know what Rosie Perez wants from him. Like, why does he need to be involved? And Rosie Perez is like, right now, I just want you to live your life and love your grandchild, which is sus, but okay. Jimmy wants Carlo to apply himself. He wants Carlo to be an entrepreneur because he knows that eventually Carlo is going to have to take over the business, and he wants him to be more responsible. He wants him to help him build an empire so that he can eventually take over that empire. Now we cut to Eugene, and I think that he has PTSD. Okay, and then we're cutting back to Gina and Via, and Gina apologizes to Via, but then also in the same breath wants her to baptize the baby, which we know is not going to happen, or probably won't happen because Via is an atheist. And Gina wants Via to like trust her mother's instinct, but like Via has her own mother's instinct at this point, so like why not trust Via's mother instinct? I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, this is where we find out that Big Mo is Lomo's aunt. Okay, so now Via and Judge are like, they're building a relationship because obviously they share a human there's this waterfront property, right? And the Baxters, like we said, Jimmy wants to like start like create an empire, right? So he wants to build like this whole like center, like a shopping center, I guess it kind of is, or like whatever he's gonna have there. It's gonna be the Baxters thing, and it's gonna be huge, and it's gonna have all these businesses, and that's his plan, right? So essentially he's the only, or the Baxter family is the only candidate in purchasing this property, but Charlie, as the mayor, would prefer that this property go to the community. So he wants this to be accessible. He wants it to have like businesses, he wants it to have businesses that are gonna help the community, that are gonna be beneficial to them, that are gonna give them jobs and blah blah blah. And he just doesn't trust, and understandably so, that the Baxters are gonna make that happen. He just feels that the Baxters are just gonna have like white-owned businesses, and it's gonna be for the rich people, and it's not gonna benefit the community whatsoever. So the Baxters go and present their idea, present their pitch to Charlie, and he turns it down, and he says that he's gonna go reopen the bidding because he can tell that the Baxters intimidated the other candidates into not bidding the first time. So or whatever, I don't know what the logistics were, but basically the Baxters got it out of like intimidation tactics, and not not everyone got a chance to bid, so it was unfair. So now here we go. Charlie's gonna open the bidding, and obviously the Baxters are not happy with him as mayor. So throughout this whole conversation, Gina's also there, and she's like, okay, well, what do you want? She tells the mayor, like, what do you want from us to make this happen? And so she brings up Big Mo, because the bar that Big Mo bought is across the street from the Baxter Hotel. So she just so happened to be on the balcony when she saw the deal go down, and she saw that Big Mo had bought the bar, and that Charlie was involved. So she basically confronts him about that. Yeah. And obviously Charlie's not appreciating that, but what can he do? Okay, so now we cut to Rosie is just shocked that Judge won't help her take down the Baxters, and Judge said that he doesn't believe in justice anymore, which I can understand because, well, I mean, he went about things the complete wrong way in the first season, but he's just lost hope in life, so I get where he's coming from, and I wouldn't want to be involved with the Baxters if I was him either. So, okay, now we find out that Gina made a counteroffer to the owner of the bar that Big Mo had just bought, and she made a bigger offer, and he was gonna take it. But Big Mo, she figured out a way. She made a deal with the owner, and they figured it out, and she ended up keeping the bar. So now we got to Gina's talking to Jimmy, and as usual, Gina is bullying Jimmy into feeling like he's not doing enough, and that he needs to protect his family and stand his ground and get revenge and all this nonsense. And Jimmy snatched her up real quick and was like, bro, calm down. Which I love, because she deserved it. Let's see. So then we got back to Texas, and Eugene is hanging out with Lil Mo. I wrote Mandy, but I don't remember who that is. Is that the aunt? I don't remember who Mandy is. Oh. Eugene likes a girl. Her name is Mandy. That's what it was. It sounds like Lil Mo is in trouble. Why? Oh, okay, so they make this, I just didn't write notes on this for some reason, but they make this deal with, okay, so Lil Mo goes to Texas. He talks to his cousin, the one that Eugene is staying with his mom, right? So he talks to his cousin. His cousin is like, no, I don't want to get involved. Like, you shouldn't get involved with this guy. But basically, he convinces convinces his cousin to help him make a deal with this Mexican cartel dude. So in order to get like the new drugs or whatever, so the Mexican cartel dude is like, you know, if we're gonna do this, then you're gonna be paying me big money. Like, we're gonna do big portions. We're not starting off small. Like, this is what it's gonna be. So Lomo gets all this money from Big Mo to make this deal. But then Big Mo had that whole issue with the bar and Gina trying to steal it out from under her. So at this point, Lomo had already made the deal with the cartel. Big Mo is having trouble with the bar. She needs her money back. So she calls Lomo and she's like, call it off. Cartel's not gonna like that, Big Mo. But at the same time, Big Mo, I feel like, one, she doesn't have all the details of what's going on, and two, she doesn't care. She wants her bar. So, quick cut to Charlie's asking Judge if he knows or if anyone knows anything about Charlie's involvement in the whole situation, and Judge straight up lies and says no. So now we cut back to Texas, and Lomo gives the money to Eugene. Why would you have the boy that's supposed to be dead hold your money? Lomo, please let me know. Right, so, okay, this is where it is. This is where I wrote the notes. So basically the deal with the bar owner was that Big Mo would have to pay all cash by the end of the week. So this is why she needs her cash back. So then at this point, Lomo goes out and he tells his cousin, like, we need to cancel this deal, like, it's not happening. And the cousin is like, absolutely not. You're not about to go back home to New Orleans and leave me here in Texas to deal with the cartel. Like, you're gonna pay that man his money. And Lomo's like, no, absolutely no. And so this is all happening outside in a parking lot, and Eugene is in the car with the money, and Lomo and his cousin start physically fighting, and the cops are called and they both get arrested. So now Eugene sneaks away with all this money and he goes and hides it under his bed. So now when Carlo was talking to Judge at the park, when he found Judge at the park with Fia, Judge made this comment about Harry the Hook, and I didn't get it at the time, but then we figure out, like, the whole story is that I don't remember the whole story, but basically Judge was comparing Carlo to Harry the Hook because Harry kept getting off for his crimes and he kept, like, you know, narrowly escaping, and eventually it came back to bite him. So, you know, that's, like, in a nutshell, kind of like the story of Harry the Hook. I apologize, I really don't remember it, but yeah, so now Carlo is Carlo's basically telling Jimmy about this, and is like, oh, do you think, like, that like karma's gonna come for me or whatever? Yes, I do think that, actually. So now Judge is at the hotel and he's talking to Jimmy, or let's say, okay, he's at the hotel and they see him on the camera, so Jimmy goes out to confront him and he's like, what are you doing here? So they have this conversation about, like basically Judge is saying that nothing would have changed, like Adam still would have died at the end of everything because Jimmy was never gonna let him live. And yeah, I have to agree with that. I don't think Jimmy would have let him live regardless. Like, either way, that boy was doomed. So now Jimmy's like trying to have this weird, like, I guess, bonding moment. He's like, you know, we each watched each other, like, lose our sons, and then, because they're talking about, so Jimmy basically asked Judge, like, why he left the police station that day. Like, when he saw Jimmy and his wife in the police station, why did he decide to turn back around and not turn themselves in? And Judge was basically like, I knew you were gonna kill my son. I knew that it was over from then. And Jimmy's like, why did you choose to see me as a monster? Sir, you're like a whole, what do you call that? Like you're a mob boss. Duh. Hello. he's like, oh yeah, honesty equals no violence. Yeah, no, I don't think so, bro. Do we believe him? Absolutely no. So then he basically blames Judge, and he's like, your fear is what got your son killed. And then he walks away with his redheaded demon head honcho, and he's like, yeah, for sure I would have killed him. Regardless. Okay, so this guy's like, oh, I can't with these people. I can't. So now we cut to Rosie and Nancy, and they're at odds. Nancy just wants Judge to be in jail, and Rosie needs Nancy's help. Yeah, because Rosie's obviously not getting through to Judge, and she knows that Nancy would be able to, so she goes to Nancy to try to figure out how to get through to him. But Nancy doesn't really want to help because, again, she just wants Judge to be in jail. So yeah, then we have like this weird scene where the grandpas are together with the baby, and it's just, ugh, I can't. The show is so annoying. Alright, so that's the end of episode 3, so now we're moving on to episode 4. And Jimmy's having, I believe it was his birthday party, and he wants Judge and Charlie there. And I'm wondering, is Judge gonna shave? Like, what's going on? Like, seriously, he needs to get rid of this hair and this beard. So Lil Mo and his cousin are in jail, right? So Lil Mo called his cousin to bail him out, and she's not having it. She's like, what kind of drama did you guys get into? Like, she basically was, the deal was, when Eugene came to stay with her, that they wouldn't bring any drama to her house. So she's not with it right now. She's not trying to help them. I'm like, Lil Mo's staying in there, I fear. Okay, so cousin makes his one phone call and he calls his mom, but then Lil Mo makes his phone call and he calls Eugene, and he just wants to make sure that his money's good. So Eugene has his money and his phone, so Eugene can see that Big Mo's calling and calling and calling and calling and calling and calling because she wants her money. So Eugene, he's a smart kid, he's putting 2 and 2. So now he gets off the phone with Lil Mo and he goes downstairs. He's talking to Lil Mo's aunt in her kitchen, and so she's getting a little suspicious at this point, and she's asking Eugene like where he was the night that Lil Mo and his cousin got arrested, and if he knows what happened to them. And Eugene is kind of denying it. And then while this is happening, there's somebody outside, like walking around outside their house, like looking inside and stuff, and it's the cartel dude. And so he basically knocks on the door and he's like, you know, where's everybody at? Like, you know, I want to talk to them. And Eugene knows what's up. Like, he's like he's not gonna let this guy take the money. So I don't remember exactly how it happens, but so the cartel dude's name is Roderick. He pushes his way into the house, but he ends up leaving. And then we cut to, so Rosie Perez is getting Judge ready for the Baxter party. She's really excited about it. She thinks something's gonna go down. She thinks she's gonna get some info from it. So she's like getting him fitted for a suit at her tailor or whatever, and she strongly suggests a haircut, which I'm very excited about. So now Big Mo calls her sister to see where Lil Mo is, and the sister basically tells her off and is like, stay away from my family, stay away from my son, whatever trouble you got them into, like, you know, stay away. So then we cut to Judge is asking Charlie for a favor. He pulls the whole grandbaby card, and basically gets Charlie to not fully agree to go to the party, but he's seriously considering it. And then we cut to Roderick, the cartel dude, is following Sheila. Sheila is the aunt, Big Mo's sister, Lil Mo's aunt. And then we cut to this weird scene where Carlos like flirting with one of the front desk girls at the hotel, and Gina like doesn't like his choice in women, and he's like a big mama's boy, and it kind of grosses me out, and I hate them. Fia and Judge are like building a relationship. Judge finally gets a haircut. Very happy about that. they share a grandchild now, right? And then he welcomes the mayor to the party, basically like pinning the mayor as like a family friend, which is not what the mayor wanted. Like, he's trying to do all this, like, you know, to make it seem to the public like he's in with the mayor so that he can basically, I'm assuming that he's basically gonna try to blackmail the mayor, or like, you know, whatever. So Fia is watching all this and she is appalled, disgusted, and then he goes and names Charlie, the mayor, as oh, the baby's name is Rocco, I forgot to mention that part. But yeah, names Charlie as Rocco's godfather. Gross. Okay. So Lomo is out. Rudy gets him out, but they don't get the cousin out, unfortunately. Gina called her dad. So Gina's dad is at the party, and he's like a big mob boss. But he is like retired or whatever, so he's not really around. But she calls him because she's worried that Jimmy's not doing his job, right? So then we see Judge and Fia share a little hug right before Judge leaves the party. And then we cut to Eugene bringing the money back to Big Mo to save Lomo, basically. So Lomo, because Roderick went and like ransacked the house, right? Or tried to ransack the house. So Eugene was probably like, okay, I need to get this money out of this house ASAP. So he takes it to New Orleans himself and delivers it to Big Mo's doorstep. Let's see. Okay, so then as Judge is leaving the party, I'm sorry for the outside noise, you guys, but it's 5:30 in the morning and I need to get this video done. Jimmy catches Judge as he's leaving the party. So him and his little redheaded head honcho go and grab Judge and take him to like some secluded area, and they're checking him for a wire. And why does this redheaded man have to hit Judge? Like, he didn't do anything, but he basically punches him in the face for no reason. I hate this guy and I still don't know his name, and it doesn't matter. So, you know, while they're here and, you know, Judge is getting searched and essentially beat up, they're talking about Judge's relationship with Fia. Also, like, it's very lucky that Judge found that wire on himself when he went to the bathroom, because they would have literally killed him. And Rosie Perez obviously didn't take that into account for some odd reason. Alright, so that's the end of episode 4, and we're gonna move on to episode 5. This is the last episode that I'm gonna cover in this video. So Rosie obviously realizes that the wire is gone and she's bugging out. She's blowing up Judge's phone. Eugene is like feeling the gravity of the situation at this point, and Gina is mad about the whole Godfather thing. Rosie Perez goes to Judge's house. She finds out everything that happens. She decides that she wants to take down Carmine too. And she's like, too bad they didn't kill you. Carmine is Gina's dad, by the way, in case we forgot. Yeah, too bad they didn't kill you. Like, what's wrong with her, actually? So the Baxters are trying to come up with some solution to the whole waterfront situation, and Gina's like, well, maybe we should just get a new mayor. What is actually wrong? She has issues, for real. Then Judge basically breaks up with Fia. He's like, we can't do this anymore. And she's sad about it. Lomo comes back. And Roderick shows up in New Orleans at the Desire Cruise, like in their turf or whatever. And Big Mo has Lomo tied up. She goes and makes a deal with Roderick, basically, and the cartel. Carlo, for some reason, warns Judge about Carmine and, like, you know, how intense the situation is about to get. Like the whole waterfront property situation, how Carmine is really, like, he's dedicated to getting this waterfront. And I guess he's basically warning Judge so that Judge can go and tell the mayor, and hopefully the mayor will give in to the whole situation. I'm assuming that's what he's looking for. So, like I said, Big Mo has Low Mo tied up, and she's contemplating what she's gonna do with him. And so she talks to, her girlfriend shows up, and the girlfriend's like, this is not you. Like, this is your family. You can't do this kind of stuff. Like, your life doesn't have to be like this kind of thing. So I guess that kind of softens Big Mo up a little bit, and she let Low Mo live. And basically he just gets jumped out of the Desire crew. So getting jumped out basically means that the gang like beats you to a pulp within an inch of your life, and then you're essentially free from the gang, right? But you're also like almost dead. So that's what they do to Lomo, and then they leave him out in the street. So then we cut to Judge is in the mayor's office, and I'm wondering how, because wasn't he banned from the building? I don't get it. So basically he's there to call Charlie off of the whole waterfront situation, because Jimmy already warned him about the whole Carmine thing, so he's going to convince Charlie to just drop it, right? And he tells him about everything. He spills all the tea. He tells him about Rosie Perez's investigation. He tells him about his confession, and Charlie is tight. He's ready to box him up, right? So now we cut to the Baxters are at dinner, and Carmine is calling them all dysfunctional, which, like, valid, but also look who's talking. And so someone says something about going to hell, and Fia says to her mom, save us a seat when you get there, which, period. Okay, Fia, I like her. She's probably the only person that I like in this entire show. And then she agrees to have the baby baptized, but only if Carlo can be the godfather. So now Big Mo sends Eugene back to Texas. Lil Mo got jumped out. We already talked about that. And now Charlie decides to make a deal with the Baxters. He wants the waterfront property to be community positive. It's just a lease. They don't own it. The city can basically take it back at any time. He wants to see back black-owned businesses. He wants there to be a school. He wants a library. He wants everybody to get paid a livable wage. And then Rosie is being overly aggressive with Judge, because at this point Judge doesn't want to work with her anymore, because she literally almost got him killed, and she this whole time has been telling him, like, if you don't work with me, I'm sending you back to jail. It's just that easy. It's just that simple. So at this point Judge is like, no, I'm not working with you anymore. I'm absolutely refusing. So she calls in backup, and Nancy comes and arrests Judge in Senator Grandma's house, and takes him to the precinct or whatever, and she asks him where he was the night that his wife was murdered. So that is the end of episode 5. It is not lost on me that we haven't seen Lee yet in this entire season. I am wondering where she's at. Yeah, I'm interested to know more about the wife's murder, because I feel like they keep hinting at this, but we're not getting any resolution to it. And yeah, I'm like interested to see what happens next for Lil Mo. So yeah, it's taken me a really long time to finish up this season. I haven't watched in over a month now, and that's why I'm sorry if this video was chaotic, because I haven't watched in so long, and these notes are kind of old, and my notes are very messy. And like, my thoughts are always so jumbled with this show, because I feel like they cut back and forth between scenes so often that like it's hard for me to follow along and take notes effectively, but I will do my best to take better notes for part 2. Stay tuned for that within the next like week or 2. I am gonna go ahead and finish up the show now. I only have 5 episodes left, and this is my motivating factor, so stay tuned for the next and final installment